Well, hello and welcome to today's episode of the Power of Your Mind podcast. You're listening to episode number 131. I'm Victoria Gallagher, Law of Attraction hypnotist and number one best-selling author of Practical Law of Attraction. Align yourself with the manifesting conditions and successfully attract your desires. I'm also the founder of HipTalk.com and HypnoCloud apps, which gives you access to over 500 hypnosis recordings right in the palm of your hand. So be sure to download that app from the app stores. And today I have a very special guest with me, Cassandra Rosa. Cassandra Rosa is an intuitive life coach and clarity creator. She helps millennials find the clarity they need to create their dream life and business. In her coaching practice, she loves to teach her clients how to clear what's holding them back, define their purpose and vision, and define action steps to make their dreams a reality. Cassandra is passionate about adventure, travel, personal development, and spirituality. Cassandra Rosa is a Reiki Master, an award-winning speaker, a member of Toastmasters International, and has recently launched her award-winning book called Now What? Create Clarity to Achieve Your Dreams. And she can be found on CassandraRosa.com. And so today, and all of the other places will be in the show notes. So today, Cassandra is going to be sharing some of her insights on creating clarity. So welcome to the show, Cassandra.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the introduction.
You're welcome. Now, is it like Cassandra's or Cassandra?
Cassandra, you got it.
Cassandra. Okay. It's like, I didn't know if it was like, one of those tomato, it depends on who you are, where you come from, how you pronounce it. So, well, thank you for clarifying that.
You're
And
welcome.
I love your topic because this is one of the things I think so many people, and even when I do, is people don't seem to know what they want. And a lot of times people know what they don't want. I'm sure when people talk to you, they probably tell you all kinds of things that they want to get rid of or stop doing, but to really, really get clarity, that's a pretty big, important task. It's almost like up there with finding your life purpose, and then you're not going to take any action on these things unless you really, really know what it is you want. So I am just so excited to pick your brain and find out how people, especially these millennials these days, these are the ones that you're dealing with, the people that you're dealing with, how to do this. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to talk with you today and to speak with the listeners as well.
Cool. All right. Well, so tell us why do you believe that having clarity is so powerful?
I remember all of the times in my life that I've had big now what moments, big moments of transition in my life where all I was seeking was clarity of what's next, clarity of what my goal and my dream was going to be, and really just clearing what's holding me back. And once I started to find clarity in all of those areas of my life, that's when my life began to transform in so many different ways. And I find with millennials now than more than ever, and people that are affected by COVID-19, they're really just seeking now what's next. I need the clarity. So
Yeah, it is super important. I feel like it is one of, if you can figure that out, I honestly feel like if you can figure out and get clarity on what you want, nothing will stop you.
yeah, it can help you use that law of attraction and the manifestation and all the things that you talk about too, and really tap into the power that all of us inherently have, the power to manifest whatever dreams that we desire. And it starts with clarity.
It really does. It's very similar to my first step in my book about desire, getting clarity on what it is that you actually desire. So I understand why it's important, but I'd like to hear in your words, like why you believe the clarity is so important for people to be able to achieve their goals.
Yeah, it's that missing piece that so many people are longing for and seeking, So, like, maybe they have an idea of what they want to do, right? A general idea, a dream, but they have all the mental fog and things standing in their way that they want to cleanse and clear, right? So, that could be one aspect of clarity. Another thing could be you have the confidence to take action, but you're putting your hands in all the different cookie jars. You're not really clear of one specific thing to focus on, and then you may have clarity and confidence of what you want to create, but you're not defining the how, the right steps to do so. So I feel like when you have clarity in all those areas, that's when you can really manifest and take your life to the next level.
Yeah. So it's not just about getting clear about what you want, it's also getting clear about the steps that you need to take to get there as well.
Yeah, 100%. Because I remember being such a dreamer of wanting to create my own business, wanting to make an impact in the world, wanting to travel the world, but I was really missing the how. So all the combination together is what really makes true living your dreams, as a cliche as it might sound, a reality.
Yeah. No, it really makes perfect sense because you can absolutely know, okay, this is exactly what I want to do, but then you have no idea how you're going to get there, and so you'll just not even do anything. You'll take action. Or not take action. So that makes a lot of sense. So how does a person decide, like, let's just say, because so many people that come to me, so many people they have multiple things that are like equally important to them, multiple priorities. And even for me in my life, for example, like I want to write another book, and I want to also, I've got my app, and I really want to focus on making that the number one app in the App Store. And then I also want to do my coaching course in my manifesting challenge courses. So, how do I get clear on which of those three things I should focus on?
Yeah, it's identifying really what is the thing that you want to focus on right now, and then what's next and what's later. So, say you have all of these amazing projects going on, but something inside of you, your intuition, your gut is saying, start with the app. Start with the app. Focus your attention on the app and give that 100%, master it, feel that sense of fulfillment and contentment, and then move to the next project. So that could be one way to do it. Another way to do it is just breaking up your schedule into multiple days and saying, okay, Mondays are going to be my app day. My coaching day is going to be Tuesdays, right? Writing the next book is going to be my third day. So really just focusing on one thing at one single time. Because I find that if you have a given day and then 6 o'clock is this, AM is this thing, and then noon is another, and noon is another, it's like there's so many balls rolling in so many different directions. So I either like to give 100% to one project or divvy it up amongst the different days. So I'm focused and clear on one thing at a time.
That makes so much sense. I love that because I do find myself in that, trying to check off too many boxes in one day. And then by the end of the day, I haven't really checked off any because I was trying to focus on too many things in that one day. So Mondays could be all about my writing, and Tuesdays can be all about my app, and Wednesdays could be, so I like how you have that. Or, like you said, you just go ahead and prioritize, okay, for until it's done, this is the thing, this is the project that I'm going to be focused on, and I'm not going to work on anything else until this project is complete and I have the sense of fulfillment and the confidence. And I believe that's a great way to do it too, because when you have that sense of fulfillment and confidence, you're going to be that much more ready to complete the next thing. What's
Yeah.
next?
I like to give options because everybody's different, right? It's like when you have all these tools that coaches give, that you read online on Instagram and the PDFs and all the things out there. I think that it's important that everybody just tries on the different options for size. It's like
Mm-hmm.
when you're going to shop for the perfect jacket, right? It's good to try on the different options and see what fits for you. So I think it's great that there's a beautiful information age that we have because of the internet to try on the different things and work what's best for you.
That's great. That's great. All right. So you wrote this wonderful book called Now What? Create the Clarity to Achieve Your Dreams. So, what was it that gave you the inspiration to write that book?
Yeah, so it's been a couple year journey to bring it into a reality, but my true inspiration behind it was I experienced a big now what moment when I was in university, being really unclear what's next for me, and that left me down a dark chapter in my life. And I really felt alone in that moment, really depressed and uncertain of what's going to be next in my life. And I didn't realize that there's so many people out there that are experiencing now what moments in their life. The more I started to step out of that moment and talk with different people and hear their stories, I started to see a common theme. And I thought, maybe this is worth sharing my experience about, and maybe it's worth sharing the process that I used to overcome it. And it was a couple year journey of bringing this into reality. Had like the perfect flowing fingers of infinite chapters being written, and then I had the writer's blocks and the edits disappearing from the computer earlier this year. And again, I had another now what moment, but what I came to realize was this book was supposed to come out now more than ever because the whole world's going through a big now what moment right now.
Absolutely. So, how do you define a now what moment?
Yeah, so a now what moment really comes down to a moment of uncertainty when you're unsure what's next. And there can be a lot of big ones in our lives, the points of transition when we're transforming from one chapter to another. So when you graduate high school, graduate university, when you change careers, when you start a business or scale a business, leave the 9 to 5, have a breakup, there's that's just a few of them. We could go on, but it's those transitional moments in our lives where we're really just seeking guidance. We're like, you know, someone advise me, someone tell me what's next for me and how I can overcome this time of maybe being stuck on focusing on the old chapter instead of getting excited for the new. So I feel like we all have multiple now what moments in our lives, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, it's so true. I kind of can relate to having a now what moment because I think that after you've achieved or accomplished a big goal and you didn't really past that goal because that one seemed so. I just manifested my dream house and we've been here for 3 weeks and we're doing the decorating. And so we're in that moment. But there is that point of like, okay, the decorating part will come to an end and then now what? Because that's been such a huge goal forever, like, so what will be what now what? So that's interesting that you say that because I just had that little moment the other day where I did start to think, okay, well, what's next? What's after that?
And congratulations on your new place. That's so
Thank
exciting.
you. Thank you so much. So, what tip would you give the listeners who are feeling stuck and filled with a lot of uncertainty, especially right now during these crazy times?
Yeah, I think it comes down to a few things that we touched on briefly. The first piece is really clear what's holding you back from taking action to the dream. So, really start to release those emotions, get them out, because if you're staying stuck in the emotions, in the negative beliefs, that's not going to help you take action. So you can do this a couple ways. You can call up a friend that you confide in and trust and share them about your experiences, or you can grab a pen and paper and journal about it. Literally write out whatever experiences that you're going through and get that out of your head and out on paper or out using your voice. That will help you to start to shift the energy, shift all of the thoughts and everything that are flying through your mind, and start making a shift. Second really comes down to defining a dream of what's next. And it doesn't have to be this really super detailed thing. It could be something you're even curious in exploring, maybe a hobby, maybe having more joy in your life, or having a new morning routine, for example. Really start to dream and think about what could be something next that you want to dip your toes into. And then lastly, grab your pen and paper and write down a bunch of things that you think are necessary to create this new thing that you have defined. Like, for example, if you have a new hobby that you want to pick up, okay, maybe it's getting a book about it, or checking out a YouTube video, or buying the tools necessary to achieve it, and then choose one to start with and just do it.
And then just do it. That's great. So, what's next for you? You just wrote this award-winning book that's called Now What? Create the Clarity to Achieve Your Dreams. So, congratulations on that. And what's next for you?
What's next? Just continuing to share this message. I'm really passionate about for the rest of the year and years to come to really help people find that clarity in the uncertain times. So, just promoting the book and getting it into more hands so that more people can find clarity and more people can make their dreams into reality, just like I did.
Well, that's wonderful. Short and sweet, to the point. This has been really a wonderful help to a lot of people who are just stuck and need to move forward. And if you find yourself stuck and needing to move forward, then I totally recommend picking up your book on Amazon. So you can pick it up in the US on Amazon, or in Amazon in Canada, and all those links are going to be in the show notes. And I just want to thank you for your time today and for shedding a little light on how people can go from getting, stuck, being in that now what moment, to getting some clarity. And I'm sure that the book is going to help us even more. So thank you so much for your insights on that.
Thank you so much for having me. And the book is available on all Amazons. You can just search the name of it and it'll pop up there for you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And pick up a copy of Now What? Create the Clarity to Achieve Your Dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you.